Hey guys, just thought I'd do a little update video for September because I haven't done one this entire month. The past 2 weeks I've been kind of sick. I started to do videos, but I didn't think they did very good, so thought I'd try to do the one this last weekend of September for a little September update around the homestead. Yesterday we went to a fair called Living Lightly over in Muncie. It was kind of a homestead. I don't know if I'd want to call it a homestead fair, but they had it was supposed to have been a lot of kind of homestead related stuff. It didn't seem like it was so much geared towards that, but there's a few things that was kind of cool. We got some free stuff from the electric company and some milkweed seeds for to plant here. So we got a few things out of it, but then we went and visited Miniaturista Gardens in Muncie. Kind of not really a hike, but it was a nice little. They had a museum. It's kind of cool. Anyways, so what have we been doing around here the past month? Moved all the rabbits over to this area because we had the chickens and quail over here, so we wanted to get them moved. For one, where we had them, whenever it would rain a lot, I would have to walk through ankle deep water to feed them, so that wasn't very fun. And also with the chickens and quail over here, we're splitting up where we were taking food and water, so I really wanted them all in one spot, all of the small livestock or whatever in one spot where they'd be easier to feed and water. And of course, like I said, not being ankle deep water. Also, the door's almost open. Also, having them in one area, I feel like it'll be a little bit more secure because we keep the dog over here, scares coons and possums away, and we have a big motion sensor security light up there, kind of helps scare coons away until we get eventually I'm wanting to fence this all in just for a little extra security, and also give some of the rabbits and chickens and whatnot a little run out here, a big square where I plan on squaring off. I don't know when I'm gonna get that done. That's a project, it's in the works though. And I also put we got some new rabbits. I don't know if that was in the last video. There's one of them. She's a doe. I forget their names. They have names, but we did put we bred them. Hopefully, successfully bred them. And I kind of rearranged the cages just a little bit. I'm not done with the whole the rabbit hutch area quite yet, but we got the hutches moved, which is a pain in the ass because they're really huge, and some of them are kind of big and heavy, and it took us a minute to get that done. But we got them all rearranged. The does got their own cages. The bucks got their own cages, except for these two that are doubled up. But these are two of the new ones. And that one down there, they're checkered. That one looks like it's got some New Zealand in it. And these are brothers and sisters. This black one looks like it's got some New Zealand in it, but these ones are checkered giants, I believe they're called. Both of these. And I was told that they were all Flemish giants, but they're not. This is a checkered giant for sure. There may have been some Flemish somewhere in the line, but and then we got one. This is some offspring from that's a buck. Some offspring from some rabbits that Harold gave me a year or two ago, and I still got some of the offspring from them. They're New Zealand's, of course. And this one's funny. When we were moving the cages around, I put him in a small cage on the ground while we were cleaning and moving and stuff, and the dog got into this one, got the cage open somehow, and his fur's growing back now, but I caught the dog, and he did not bite the rabbit in any way, but he pulled a bunch of fur out of it. For some reason, he pulled a lot of fur out of it. I don't know what that was about, but and then we got this lop ear. And then this is one of the offspring of Harold's rabbits that he gave me. And this is a little Dutch. I wish they were all New Zealand, or yeah, New Zealand's, but I've got a lot of these rabbits given to me, so they may not be the best. Because I understand as these checker giants get big, but at butchering age, a New Zealand will actually have more meat per pound on it than a checker giant. So even though they sound cool, being checker giant sounds like it'd have more meat on them. Apparently the ratio or whatever, it makes them not real high on the meat breed. So, but I got what I got for now. Let's see. Over here's Scooby, of course. Say hey, Scooby. I got him a shock collar, trying to train him a little bit, which is pretty cool. It definitely alters his actions when, which I don't use the shock actually. You can beep or vibrate, and it'll change his course of actions pretty quick. But the problem with it is it doesn't have very much range. I mean, like right here, maybe I could buzz him, but he tries to get up towards that road, which is one of the things I'm trying to cure him of leaving the yard. Once he gets so far away from me, not that far, it should have the range. I think that's a flaw in the collar I bought or whatever. But like I couldn't stop him from getting up on the road now, from where I'm at right now, and I don't like that. I don't know if I said this since the last update or not. I had one chicken with a broken or dislocated leg, and I put him in a separate cage, and I gave him a little bit of time to see if he's going to heal, and if not, he's going to end up being put down, or her, I guess they're all hens. Will come about that time where it was about time to take care of the situation. She stood up on both of her legs and started walking perfectly, even. A very miraculous situation. But we'd bought a replacement hen for her because we assumed the worst. So now we have four hens, and this is we have 5 hens. I'm sorry, we have 5 hens, and this is a 4-hen coop. So I've got them slightly overcrowded by one chicken. But eventually, once I build this fenced-in area that I'm talking about, I plan on building a new coop that will hold more. So, but I don't think one's going to hurt. And another update with the chickens, which is not really an update; it's a non-update, I guess we'll call it. My understanding is this breed of chickens is supposed to lay at 6 months. Start laying at 6 months. These are at about 7 months. Now I know that the 6-month thing is just kind of a half-assed average, I guess. Probably is. I think that's the best way to put it. Is 6 months is an average. These are 7 months, and here, let's see. I haven't done this yet. I'm gonna check the. Jeez, I was hoping so much for a surprise right on camera. Looks like it needs cleaned out too, but nope. No eggs at 7 months. And right there, if you can see through the screen, that one, not the darkest one, but the next darkest one, that was the crippled up one. I got plenty of food. This is first thing in the morning, Sunday morning. So I gotta go around and check them, then need some water. I crawled back in there even once. I don't know if they would lay in the run or not. I crawled back in there once last week to see if there's any eggs, and there wasn't. So I don't know how long it's going to take them. And the quail are doing good, except they have seemed to have taken a break. They're kind of random about laying eggs. Some days we'll get 8 eggs out of here, and another day we won't get any. It's kind of weird. I put a bunch of straw on here, and they seem to do a little better job of hiding their eggs in the straw. See, I'm not seeing a single egg in there, but I bet there is some. Oh, there's one straight down through there along the edge. But I bet there's more hidden in there somewhere. I'm going to have to look. Okay, so that's the animals update. I'll show you where I don't know if you guys remember from videos where the rabbits were at. They were over here by this garden shed. I still need to clean that area up a little bit. And also I kept all of the animal food in the shed. Look at the spider. Look at him. Ooh. I walked into this the other day face first. Yeah. Not direct hit, but off the side. Shelly would have seen me cry if that thing had landed right on my nose. Yeah, I would have cried. But I was keeping all the food in here, for the chickens, rabbits, and quail. Like I said, I was having to carry the food over here and around to the chickens. The rabbits were right there, and it was just splitting it up. So I've moved all the food into the garage. I'm gonna try to set up a little space, or maybe build a little bin out of pallets out, right here by their area. Maybe. I mean, considered that. And these raised beds here, we've been filling with. I've been getting cardboard from work. I'm filling them about half to 3/4 full. Then we're gonna dump some poop and some lawn clippings and whatnot on top of that, and some compost, and get these filled up. There's some other scattered raised beds around that we're working on. Garden area needs cleaned up. Supposed to have a meetup out here October 20th. So we got to clean this area up. It's the canopy frame. I love these things, but the frames and the tarps are really poorly made. We got the tiller out. We're getting ready to till up the old garden and start working on the rest of the garden so that it'll be ready for next year. It's getting nice and cool out. So when it was 90 degrees, we just couldn't till anymore. We were done tilling. But I got that out this morning, and it's running kind of funny. I'm hoping it just needs warmed up. But it was running kind of funny when I started it. We plan on, like this big open area right here that you're seeing, we plan on making that corn all the way over, and then doing more of this over here in rows, and leaving a patch like that down through them to a path to walk through, and then making the beds X amount wide, and making a big U pattern, sort of, I guess. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to it. I put up some straw bales for archery practice. So, working on that. What else? We're about done harvesting anything we had planted. I think we've got about all we can get. Tomatoes started slowing down. We was getting a lot of tomatoes. They start slowing down this week. Shelly's been working a lot inside the house, painting and whatnot. She's also been making Halloween decor around the yard and stuff. We'll see some of that real quick. There you go. Scary. Very scary. There you go. And there's another one over here. Pumpkin head. So I'm gonna, she's cooking breakfast right now. I'm gonna go in and eat here in a second, and I'll probably do more video later when we get some stuff done, because this is one of our work days, I guess. We're gonna do some tilling and whatnot. Hopefully, as long as the tiller isn't gonna give me problems. Here's a pumpkin head. I don't know if Shelly knows this or not, but I think that's gonna rot through pretty quick, and that head's gonna fall plumb off. You can see it kind of poking up there above his eyeball. But anyway, there we go. Pumpkin head. Pretty scary. Let's see. What else? What else have we got going on? Some pallets I need to take back to the back. Probably do a little walk around the trail here in a second. Since we've been living in the house, Miko the cat and her kitten have pretty much taken over the camper. And yeah, see the kitten? See the kitten and the dead shrew? There's several. Miko brings dead mice into the kitten, teaching it to hunt. Its name is Willow. Yeah, smells like dead. Yeah, there's another one. See the dead mice? There's like a bunch of dead mice laying around in here because Willow's Miko's teaching Willow to hunt. It involves leading dead mice all over the place. Pleasant. Okay, so I think I'm going to take a quick walk around the trail and get back in there and eat. So, we got about everything we could get off the apple trees. We bought an apple press. And we made 3 gallons of cider out of it. Pretty cool. I need to try to rake or shovel up some of the apples that are on the ground, throw them in the compost over there. Which in the compost we have some squash growing. There's blossoms. I don't see nothing else, but it's growing pretty good. I don't know if I get anything off of it or not. We're supposed to get some horse poop and start some horse poop manuring too. And also another update with the chickens and quail is I bought a incubator, but I realized that to start a big batch at once, I guess apparently you need really fresh eggs, like straight out of the booty, chicken booty. And you know, we're even with quail, we're only getting, on a good day we get 4 or 5, so we couldn't start more than a 4 or 5 egg batch. And I think the percentage of the hatch rate or whatever for an incubator is like 50% or something. So I was hoping I'd be able to run more eggs than that at one time in the incubator. But like I think Harold was telling me, his suggestion was to add a few each day and mark them. So I may try that. Yeah, we got an incubator. Okay, so I'll take a quick walk around the trail, see what's going on out here. I'm pretty hungry, so I want to make this fairly quick. There's some of Harold's comfrey growing. It's growing really good. Look at that. Real good. I got some other scattered plants around. That one's doing really good. This is what I call this the perimeter trail, because it's right along the outside perimeter of the homestead. So it's an apple tree we planted. It's still alive. I love these spiders, man. We got a lot of garden spiders around here. Garden and them, I think, orb weavers or whatever. Nice insect control right there. A lot of this white stuff growing. A lot of the white stuff growing. Don't know what it is. I've tried to look it up and try to figure out what it is, and I've had a few different answers, and I'm not sure any of those answers are right. I thought feverfew or chamomile or aster. I don't know what this is, but it's everywhere out here. And still got the campsites mowed out that nobody camps at. A lot of monarchs out here. We're getting a lot of monarchs. You don't see a lot of them today, but there's been times that I see 50, 100 monarchs just flying all around me. And here we go. Walking, 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 walking. I guess what, a dove or something? I need to start bringing my shotgun in. I'm seeing a lot of little paths through the grass back here. I keep meaning to bring my game cameras back here to see what's moving around back here, but I keep forgetting. Another little campsite here. I saw a lot more little traffic through the grass up here towards this corner. I'm pretty sure deer come up in here and lay up in this corner. I think right over there they lay a lot of times. You can see this perfect path through the grass right here and right here. So hoping to get a deer out here. And the chances are probably a little slimmer than if I went somewhere else, but be nice to be able to walk out my backyard and do it. There's a monarch. Getting some of the eastern swallowtails. See, we're getting some good pollination going on. Here's Mr. B. Butterflies. A ton of this white stuff. what it is. Something we found cool along this fence line not too long ago was wild plums were growing here, so we were pretty happy about that. Shelly made some wild plum jelly, but it didn't thicken up. We don't know exactly what's going on with that, but we'll learn. But yeah, there's wild plum growing along here, and of course mulberries and black raspberries. And the raspberries didn't do real great this year, but see if we can't clean out around kill some of the competition. Of course, here's our junk pile, our burn pile, and our junk pile. So their whole area needs cleaned up really good, but we're accumulating a lot of scrap wood for building beds and pens and all kinds of stuff. We got plans for all this wood, a lot of it. Now I'll show you what I plan on doing with some of that when I get around to it. Yeah, mulberry trees, and up there's a plum tree. I put a pool ladder over there so we get the stuff a little bit easier. We pruned it out and cleaned it out a little bit to make it easier to get in there and collect stuff. Now, yeah, we wasn't sure what the wild plums were either at first. I thought maybe they were persimmons at first. Oh, look at that path cutting through there. Might just be rabbit or something, but there's a lot of little game trails going through the grass. There's a pretty monarch over there. A lot of little yellow ones, whatever they are. We'll take a quick trip to the what I call the, I don't know, I guess interior path. Kind of cut through the middle of this all a little bit. I'm going to do this different next year with the tilling and whatever. We plan on in the next month getting we're fixing up a DIY greenhouse, and I haven't figured out quite where to put it. I was going to put it right in here. I found out that tree actually, there's a lot of shade right over in here in the evening, so I'm guessing I will probably move it on down a little bit, like further down this way or on this side somewhere. I don't know. This path right here leads back to one little campsite back there. I'm gonna get into it. Got a little some milkweed growing. Been mowing around that so that we can, foster a good environment for. There you go. See, perfect example. Monarch caterpillar. You see him? That's what we're working on is getting them in here. So I'm kind of mowing around any milkweeds that I see. I don't know if you guys can see or not. We got nice wildflowers are still looking pretty good. Here's a few paths I've got, little things I got mowed out, but I don't think I'm going to do that different this next year. I'm not exactly sure what, but here we got a little patch of wildflowers growing up in here. Didn't do as well as ones up front, but pretty. But walk on around this way. A couple other places mowed out. I planted other stuff down through here. There's some mint growing right here. That was actually transplanted. There's supposed to have been other stuff growing right there in that patch, but nothing really ever came up. Up here's a few raspberry plants. They are surviving, I believe. But actually I only see one with actual leaves on it right there. Harold gave us those. Now there's another one. Two of them surviving, but not really thriving. I think there's asparagus growing back here, but it's kind of weeded up. There's a pretty monarch. Somewhere over around here there was asparagus. I have no clue even where it went now. There's somewhere I think there's asparagus growing though. There is some back in there is comfrey growing. Like I said, I planted it really randomly. I thought it was going to spread, but I guess I didn't understand how it spread. So damn, I'd like to know where the asparagus was at. I forget. That's sad. Anyways, I think it was back there. I just have to go through the weeds and see if I can find it. Anyway. Comfrey growing. I'm pretty sure there's asparagus growing back here too. We're wanting to get beehives next year. Next spring, hopefully. There's a few things we'd like to nail down and get started at least. Bees is one thing, ducks is another, and a greenhouse. We feel like if we get that down, it'll be pretty solid. So hopefully next spring, that I think things will really pick up after that. We're gonna have a bigger garden for sure. Even if it's, like I said to Shelly, even if, because she, what I have planned and what we get done is two different things for the next year. But one way or the other, the garden will definitely be bigger than it was this year. So as long as we get those three things, the beehives, greenhouse, and ducks, I think that next year will really, things will really take off. There's a nice little path, probably a rabbit, but I really need to be putting that trail cameras up out here. I want to see what's moving out here, because even though I think a lot of these paths are rabbits, I suspect that there's got to be some coyote or fox getting close out here. So there you go, there's the trails. Oh, look at this. This is a bad thing that happens when it comes to them solar lights. They end up getting run over with a mower, getting up in the weeds and getting run over. That sucks. So there it is. There's the trails. I may make another video later if we get some things done today. But that's all for now.